Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you, and it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here whenever. Those who greater than one, move five is better. Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you, and it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here whenever. Those who greater than one, move five is better. Oh, you think you tough? I think that's unlikely. You can keep on looking, but can't find nobody like me. Eldorado pushing, while I'm pressing in a white tee. You know I love you, I need someone who can guide me. I can't do no little bag. I need 3 mil. That's coming in both directions, and like a be real. I've been eating good, to be lucky to get 3 mil. First place, run it up. Care about what you feel. I have you, give you everything, anything. I have you, you're my everything, and then just know that I got a hand that I can lend you, and it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here whenever. Those who greater than one, move five is better. Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you, and it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here whenever. Those who greater than one, move five is better.
Visions in my head of this, you don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, highs I can get, but nothing feels like how it feels to know these things I don't know yet. The weight of everything, and everything's a threat. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams of finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and everywhere we go it leads to an open door. We've made our mistakes, the good and bad days, but nothing really breaks if I got you. Look at the sky when you go outside, and know there is nothing to keep me back from you. I got dreams of finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and know there is nothing, and everywhere we go we're leading to an open door. Keep me back, keep me back, keep me back.
Don't be fooled and mistaken by my angel face. I'm just a hothead looking for a reason to break. I'm the wizard of death, I'll come visit you next. Just put my name on it next to your very last breath. I'm caught inside the fire again. I'm caught I'm the wizard of death, I'll come visit you next. Just put my name on it next till your very last. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. About to take over your screen. Talking bulls in 93. Talking mom, I'm on TV. Y'all know all I do is me. All I do is me. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and all I know, my money green. About to snap and make a scene. My cup off and make this free. My cup off and make them scream. Go back off for TMZ. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and watch me speak. Y'all sit back and watch. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Sit back and watch. Sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Sit back. Money long, nothing on credit. I got style, don't catch no feelings. All this bread ain't got no lettuce. I got style, don't catch no feelings. Watch me. Watch me. Sit back and watch.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the challenge. My name is Connie and I've missed you all so very, very much. Again, it's been an action-packed week of Valorant last week. Now officially we're further into the winners bracket and losers bracket, but alongside me today, bringing you the action is going to be Bigfoot. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm wicked, mate. How you doing?
Fantastic. I mean, obviously, you know, we're heading into winners round 3, getting very spicy here. Going to have Ast Vs Dyl or Dyl for short in this broadcast, because that name is dreadful.
Dilonjasok. Is it Eastern European or something?
I don't know. I have no context behind exactly what we're dealing with there, but either way, creative enough. Got a nice logo too, so can't fault it.
Cool. Talk to me. Have you been doing this league much? Have you seen much of the action so far?
Yeah, a little bit of action to be fair. I think the first series we had was last week. That was going to be ESC Gaming against Kanker players, and that was a 2-0, but it was very competitive. Both overtime 14-12s. So it was quite a spicy one. But I mean, heading into some bans for this one today, Bigfoot, it's going to be quite interesting. Going to be having Lotus Fracture banned first off, but the 3 maps indeed that we're going to go for are going to be the Haven, Ascent, and Split here. Now, as a commentator yourself, and you've watched a lot of this, what can you tell me about the maps?
Yeah, good standard maps, to be honest. Keeping it to what we know. Do love the new split changes, to be honest. Big fan of them, although they did confuse the hell out of me to start with when I first started playing. But I think they've really fixed a lot of the problems with the map. So every time Riot take a map away, they seem to put a lot of really deep thought into it, and they don't actually make many changes. But what they do changes a lot. It's really effective. So I'm a big fan of what they do. I'm really looking forward to see what comes out when Bind returns to the map pool. You know, they might change that a little bit. Could be really interesting to see.
I was quite confused as to why that one left the map pool.
Breeze.
Oh yeah, easy breezy.
Do you think it had problems or not?
I felt as a person it was quite comfortable. It wasn't really the best of the worst. It was very mid range, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if they're going to do adjustments to it, make it better, then sure, I don't see why not. Just make it better, indeed. But ultimately, this tournament has panned out quite, drastically since we last were on air. And even looking at the bracket of how it looks, I mean, listen, you're going to be seeing ESC Gaming after our last match going through also into winners semis, and they're going to be against, if I can pronounce, actually, first I can't really pronounce that effectively, but Ast and Dyl, that's our game today.
Nice. Don't know any of these players, so we're going to be getting to know. I'm going to be getting to know them at least as the night progresses.
Well, again, this is your first time on broadcast, Bigfoot, so it's quite a lot to take in, quite a lot to adjust to. But in terms of it all, Losers bracket as well, looking very spicy. Maze Gaming, Maze Academy, one of our favorites going into this, now dropping down into losers after a loss to Astony, conveniently enough. And it's just quite an interesting pan out, if you will, because again, we came into this bracket with knowing some of the teams like ESC and Maze, but our predictions were half right. ESC have gone all the way through to winners and Maze are in losers, but we came in with the other 13 sign-ups for this, not knowing their capabilities and their skill, but going by the bracket, it's pretty clear to me that it's going to be quite spicy today. Winners round 3 on the menu, but even then again, though, the agent's going to be picked right now.
Oh, did see a hover on that new Gecko, but didn't get locked. Maybe just
it is banned for now, according to.
Okay, banned. Thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting watching the new agent step into the arena, and it would be nice to see some more like competitive gaming with him inside. But it's also good that he's banned for now because people do need to get used to him a little bit more, I guess.
I think he's too broken. Do you not feel like when you see Gecko comps or even gameplay, even playing yourself, that he's just a little bit too overpowered? The flash is OP. The ultimate literally is a mini killjoy in a way where you can just detain players. Even that, the mosh pit itself has got the same mechanics to throw as every molly, but it can kill in one shot if not careful.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Well, I really need to find out who said this because I'm gonna be quoting it for the rest of my life. Someone said in Valorant. You can't be if you're playing against a Gecko, you can't be standing within like lockdown range of each other for that ult to lock you all down. You need to have that distance, So these are the sort of things you can say, oh, it's overpowered, or you can just stand further apart.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're spot on, to be fair. There's not a lot really to go in between, but the majority of it has to be stemmed again from the comp picks, and it seems pretty even to me, to be fair. Not a lot either side here, but heading into this winners round 3, Astony coming in here from a harder bracket, beating Maze Academy in the way they did, but Dyl themselves not to underestimate because they themselves are now matching and are going against. I just find it interesting because the way Heaven plays out in general, 3 sites, it's quite tricky.
Ooh, nice little reveal there, getting a couple through the wall, just a couple bits of taps. I was going to say before we started talking about Gecko, we often see mirror comps on Haven, and that's exactly what we ended up with, is a really interesting mirror comp, so it'll be interesting to see how both these teams use these agents. Now they're just head-to-head with no difference between abilities.
Could be spicy enough, but it's going to be very much a 4C here. After we go out though, halting the push here, and it will be pretty much a fair trade even side is Sand and Clay. They can go business on either end, but it's even that. The push comes in effectively. Spike will go down, and the retake here is going to be very hard now because it's really, really awkward if you're on the side of Astronomy and they just can't get anything here with the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, Asto did a good job of pushing them off the A site, but the rotation came in thick and fast, and as they moved on to C, they did get 3 crucial kills, and yeah, he's going to have to pull out something out the bag here, but no, AKX does pull it off, so he's 2v3 now. The defending side of Asto.
Just Pacer in the smoke right now. Very calm, but there is a player up front to greet him. We'll obviously go into even the swing there. Milas reads it very well. Played to perfection, gets clear too, and yeah, pistol round going to go in favor now of Dyl.
Yeah, definitely a good idea not to keep pushing into that sewer once that dart, the reveal dart came out, and then the shots from Axe. Good idea to rotate. The rotation was really fast, and as they moved, like rushed on that C side, they got some really crucial kills. So excellent job there from Dyl.
Smooth enough, but heading to this next one again here, a lot of different buys here. I mean, we're going to be seeing the majority of Dyl here just buy split, almost on the force, lots of different weapons and shields to come. But even further than that, give me another eco round here. I want to try and get a nice buy here after this round, even if it goes over or not.
Axe with the Sheriff in sewers again. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a habit. Does get taken down to 34 and stunned. On the attacking side, we saw 1 Ghost and 1 Guardian, so a bit of a mixed buy round, like the round 2. But I mean, that Guardian, if they can keep a hold of it, should pull off some pretty important stuff.
We do indeed. Still 5-5 though, and only 7 seconds left to play with here. Spike hasn't really left spawn. I think now we're just seeing the majority of Dyl here kind of coordinate their ideas into effect. They want to try and hit the C again, but of course the breach has just been sat there anchoring the entire time. No real move off it, but even through the peak there, Japan fancied himself there, but San said no regards. Got rid of the kill, confirmed it straight away. Now 5v4. Miller's here. Gonna try and entry here onto the site. Look at this right here again. That recon dart will go out here again. And so with the stun, it's so difficult. You're on the side now. I'm about to get anything through because Clay here is finding 1-2. And even there and again, the trades are 1. And we're seeing a very similar to the last round here. A man-down situation for the side of Dyl.
That Guardian's still in their hands, but it was actually the Spectres that got most of the kills. And Axe going to be doing a repeat of round 1, pushing in with the Sheriff, but on much lower health this time. Almost taken out by that shock dart there. What can they pull out?
Just about enough here. Still very 2. Hayes is ready for shots down. One connects in the head, but Wick's Black Weaponry finds a kill. Now, AXK needs to come through and make something happen, but doesn't in the end. So now, we're seeing Dyl right here take 2 rounds, pistol and the eco pretty much, and now we'll be seeing a lot more spread buys evenly on the other end here, Bigfoot.
Yeah, so the Guardian's still there. I mean, full Vandals for Asto. That's going to hopefully help them pull this back out the bag a little bit. There's going to be one Vandal bought over there for Wexy on a half shield though. He could get full, but there's a bit of a debate going on right now after what Fnatic pulled out the bag. You know, constant half shields and a really good economy for like most of their series. And I wonder if people are going to start taking notice, because when that first came out, first team to do that was NRG. It didn't work out for them, but Fnatic won the entire challenges doing it. So a little bit of a debate going on. Do you really need a full shield?
I think the buy is obviously the question here. They love buying constantly, even if their rounds are lost. Asto here again. Finds the first bit down to Hen. Very nice now on the side of Asto to keep things in the contest here. First time actually with the man advantage going into this round, but then again though, the players on Dyl finding a lot more composure here. Even read what's going to happen at this point, because even inside of the Astral Star, Spike is still floating around A gently. Now Killjoy is sent off to lurk with Japan on either way. But it's only going to be a really crucial 1v1 here for side control. Fishpain does spot the information, even off the Jiggle Peak. And even off the rotation here. Now you see him. Look at the players here as well, Bigfoot, just spreading across the map.
Yeah, they are spread out quite a lot, but the Spike is on the precipice of A, and Clay's really trying to move in at sight, but down at 70 HP. Axe does get another kill. That will be Clay falling. Axe managed to pull a lot more out of the bag. Now they're holding on to a Vandal. Wexy does get a trade off, though. It's going to be 4 for the defenders and 3 for the attackers right now, so still possible to pull something out of the bag. Beautiful headshot from Yapin. Wow.
That was clean, crispy. Just what you want to see as well. And even more now, it's gone down from what was man up to a 3v3 situation here with 25 seconds left. Spike really needs to be thought of now and considered, but look at this right here. From all of that fighting and all the mini rotations, C has been left wide open. So the Astro can just run along there and try and get a plant down, but even that, I don't really think we're going to be seeing much realization here from the side of Asto as to what's happening until that Spike goes down.
Oof. Yeah, and Asto, they ain't got the smokes online, so that's going to be a little bit annoying for them as they're trying to retake this site, especially since they've only got 2 players. There's one in long, one in garage, a bit of crossfire going on for them. One coming out the flank too is going to be really awkward. They haven't got the information they need.
It's enough there for Japan and Asto. AKX getting one down. Spike we tapped, but now it's a 1v2 here. Has the up available, but no cigar regardless. Great rotation there from W3, and again around and around and around, 3 in a row now for the side of Dyl, and it is pretty much going to be looking pretty bleak here for Asto if they can't get their economy sorted out for the next few.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe Axe trying to pull something off with the Sheriff yet again, but it's currently just sitting on the classic and full shield. A bit of a weird one, but expect to see a Sheriff again. Axe is going to keep on pushing into sewers. Maybe want to mix it up, push somewhere else, stop conditioning the enemy, know exactly what you're doing at the start of every round possibly, but still on the A site. Axe probably going to move towards sewers again. Oh, going to peek long, at least a little bit of a change for them.
Yeah, it's a good change as well, don't you think, Bigfoot? I mean, they're going to start to use it a lot more frequently at this first and second round. But one thing that's really common is even off this, they're going to have to deal with a lot of knives here from AKX. Does get information, but that's just way in time. I think that, you know, we're starting to see a lot of calls being made here on the side of Dyl. They definitely understand the amount of pressure on A from the peak there on Asto. But regardless, no one really has aggressive forward on the map over end.
A little bit of a pause. They're just trying to get the information, work out where they're going to push. 3 players standing on A. It does look like the most likely execution, but the Spike is still just sat by spawn. They're just trying to get this information, trying to get a pick probably, and rotate off the back of it even. Looks like that's going to be most likely, but the smoke comes down in sewers. Yapin does get Elliot. So that is the pick they needed, but where's the push going to come in? Looks like B is getting pushed, but the Spike is not in hand.
Indeed it isn't. Again, there's kind of what's working here. I mean, listen, 44 seconds left. But still off struck mid there would definitely slow down the push here from Asto. I think now Dyl can at least call a rotation, which they do, and Japan finds a clear one there in mid. Sand falls down, and even there he finds another onto Fishpain. just about misses the last one, but still great 2K if you want to get through into the round, and that completely limits all sorts of numbers here. 5v2 now, heading into the last 23.
Yeah, Japan's playing like a duelist here, without any util, just gunplay all the way. Getting the kills in, one more, and it's an ace. Is it going to be an ace? Come on, Axe, what can you do? Can you stop it with the knives or not? But a beautiful headshot from Yapin with the Sheriff, and wow, Killjoy pulls the ace on the back. Who would have thought?
So good as well. So good as well, Bigfoot. In terms of it all, looking at the ults now. Got a Killjoy ult to play with here on the side of Dyl, and 9-2 as well. It's a good scoreline to boast in the first 4 rounds. But I think at this point here, Ast needs to kind of at least formulate some good reads here. They're playing a lot of situations where they want to try and catch them for the picks, but each time they've been blooded, Bigfoot.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get them find their feet here. Dyl are just like confusing them with this slow, really methodical play. There hasn't been a single rush yet. And rushes are actually quite common on Haven because of the split sight. Sometimes you'd expect to see a bit more of a rush and catch people unaware, but playing it slowly is just really paying off for Dyl.
Okay, because again, playing the same angle as last time, but no knives this time. And went off the dash here, which is a smart move. Can't really afford anything more of that, but still. It's the first time really we've actually seen Asto get aggressive on the map as well. Look at this right here. All these boxed up players now from Dyl. Recon Bolt will go out here and take up the Astra straight away, but now at this point, the information has been so clear. Need to force a quick chow. And DKX can't do much
blinded and taken down, yeah. That drone, they got so much important information off that drone there.
And now you can't really force much more here. 55 seconds left here, 2v4. Very much repeat rounds here for Asto. They just lose a lot of the early engagements, and going into the latter portion of the round, the complete disadvantage here. Numbers down, and just playing off of pure hero plays, but even there. It's good enough though. Sam finds a quick call to Japan. Aggressive push through the smoke was the right call, but fortunately, they were ready for that. Now Spike will go down. So we'll see her take her again.
Oh my days! I mean, the discipline of Dyl has just been like a symphony to watch. It's like the sort of discipline that I pray to find in ranked matching games, but you can't. Even in a 5-stack of your buddies, it's hard to get this kind of discipline. It's really beautiful to watch.
Still, time's ticking away here. Elliot's got to try and commit a huge 1v3 here if he wants to get through and get it done. Has a drone and shock darts to play with here, but might go for the instead. But look at this Astra play right here as well. Uses the pull, sees the 2, and at this point here, if you're Elliot, the swing really is the only option right now. We'll go for some taps here, find one, but the repick again is great. Miller's with the discipline here and the timing. You would have thought for a second there that he would have isolated those fights and maybe got the clutch, but was simply not to be.
Yeah, it was tough. There was a chance, but it was not followed through, unfortunately. Too far apart to get that 2 headshots. The flick was too much to ask for. And unfortunately, this probably the closest round they've had to getting the spike diffused, but it was also just
so clear to me as well. This is almost like not really a contest. I mean, both teams are in the same sort of position here, but Dyl looks so incredible.
Yeah. They do have the Hunter's Fury. Also have the Hunter's Furies. They can counter the lockdown when it comes down. And they can do a lockdown of their own that can't be countered, I think. I mean, I might have missed the ults there. I think actually there might have actually been a Hunter's Fury on both sides. Oh, San taken down in Garage. Axe goes down as well. Japan just acting like a duelist and taking out the duelists. It's crazy.
Good enough now. Definitely is. But look at Fishpay right here again. It's Bucky in hand. We'll find a click. Ooh, maybe not. The Bucky connects, but enough damage here. Clay down to a sliver of health. And now Elliot is forced to use the Hunter's Fury here at a time when definitely they need it. They're slowly dropping down, though. It really has been a whitewash. That one Bucky play there simply instigated a huge collapse on the side of Asto. And now Elliot again here forced into another precarious position.
Crosshair placement of the Bucky just looks so good. Elliot getting 2, though. You know, at the very least, might be able to do a little bit of economic damage here.
It is in consolation.
Oh my god, so much util left for Dyl. The discipline, man. Saving the util till the last player as well. It just pays off so much.
I mean, heading into this as well, the economy for both sides is going to be completely stark. I mean, 6 rounds in the books here for the side of Dyl has just rewarded them with 5 Vandals and 4 shields. I mean, listen, we're seeing a lot of variety here as well. I mean, they're still kicking the side of Asto. Ton the Bulldogs here in the light shields, but again, they really need to find something special, dig deep and get around the board. Restore the confidence.
Yeah, look at Japan sitting at the top of the kill lead as well. Like, it's not often you see the Killjoy take over like that.
Okay, let's see how it is now. Stars will go down, but hence playing with the aftershock right straight away. Clay, though, off the swing, off the stun, will find the first pick down to Haster, and that's definitely devastating now for side of Asto. Flash will go again here, another star and a drone. Jesus Christ, so much aggression here.
And that Hunter's Fury was wasted. They wasted the Hunter's Fury last time just doing a little bit of chip damage, you know? They could have cancelled that. They could have cancelled that lockdown and rushed the site, but it was just spent last round doing a little bit of damage here and there. Some sprays onto San in heaven. Come on, San, you got to do some shots. You got to put out the Jap and Killjoy style.
How's the ult available though? But I don't think at this point it's worth it. Definitely save it for the next round, but if they do, at least throw this away. But the 7th round now lost in a row. Fishbane finding one information as well onto Kenny. Will get another, but swings at just the wrong time there. Hent runs through fast, and now it's up to San. Spike down, no cigar. Attackers win the round again, and Dyl just extending it so comfortably. I really have to sort of comment here as well. Like, the amount they can play with going into this is incredible, and I really don't want to see a collapse here on the side of Asto.
They just look confused, man. They don't know what to do, and Dyl just, like, the opposite. They know exactly what they're doing. They're doing it cohesively, and they're doing it with discipline and patience. It's, like I said, it's symphonic. It's really, really well put together. There's, I mean, yeah, I would be struggling to pull up. I'm even struggling and analysing the game of what they can do, because Dyl are just so tightly knit.
They are, but even that, they've got 4 ults ready off the bat here.
Exactly.
Hence, he's throwing off straight away here into spots where they're just forcing instant pushbacks, instant re-aggressions. Asto again here. Got that step here in mid, but the spike has barely left spawn yet. I don't think anyone really has decided yet what to do, because again, it's the same strat again here from the side of Dyl. They just want to play around information, then get the spike and quit to the site.
I know, and Connie, I was about to say, like, one thing they could do is try aggression, but as 2 players push mid there, they were pushed straight back off with the utility. Wexy taking down Fishbane. Fishbane has had a lot of pain this game.
No, it's almost like the Dominators are going to fall here from the last 7 rounds we've seen. Japan now going to flash out here and trying to get done. Try to just tag him, but even off that, the team shots were great because Hent finds the kill into Sam, which definitely was a good play regardless. I think that was nice from Asto there, but Elliot and Japan and Clay all trading out in the feed in their own accord. Now it's just having 1v3. It's just looking so tough right now. Yeah. AKX can't get it done, and that's 8-0 now. Quite a shocking scoreline for the first map of the day, Bigfoot, don't you think?
Yeah, and they didn't pull an ulti out the bag. They didn't need to. Like, this is the thing, that they're just not doing any. They're not wasting anything. They're not wasting any map space. They're not wasting any utility. They're not even wasting ultimates for the fun of it. It's beautiful to see. A very, very well put together team. I'd like to have a word with their coach.
Get him signed somewhere, please. And challenges, of course, a format, and definitely a tournament where you can see talent on the up and coming. But at this point now, Fishbane and Haser combined 2 and 16 need to get something going this round. Need to find a field. They're getting picked really early on as well. But I'm noticing the amount where I'm seeing the Astra and the Breach die straight away. Although in turn, it really has been a lot of man-down situations here. But again, it's just very comfortable. The attack side here, Milas just playing slow around C. Doesn't want to play for the peak. I think they really want to invite aggression here and get a pick again.
I mean, it's the most they can hope for is just getting the first kill, really, and trying to build off the back of that. Because with Dyl playing split, there is the opportunity to pick them apart a little bit. If you can find that solo player, like if you see down on C long, we've got 1 player by themselves. We've got Midas standing at the bottom of C long. Now, if there was a really, really well put together aggression on C long or through garage, you might be able to pick that player off by themselves. But there's 4 players now standing in sewers. No way there. No way.
What did you see?
Just look at the mini map. We've got Chapman just like all up in their grill again, but will be taken down. But how do they get so far through the map without getting shot?
Must be a missed call or an info leak. I think regardless of that, they just really have thrown the book to the wall here. Hey, at this point as well, I'd sort of reconsider what my original strats were and just go, screw it, let's just push mid and do what we want. Although that kill jolt was wasted there, as you will find it completely eliminated. Millis there have a great bit of information to play with. Fishbane now playing Heaven here, and at this point now the Cosmic Divide is called in, and it's just so clear to me. Heaven is locked off. They have to force themselves down. Clay here though will get picked apart. Fishbane again find the kill for that, and 3v3 of Spike down. They got to play a half fast retake here, but it's Hen swings fast and trades to Millis. Only half there on the bomb, but AKX will go for the tap, and it's just awful timing. Millis there just swings and reads it and gets it done.
They were baited on the site, you know. They were just Dyl just sitting off site, knowing that they're going to push, but then holding the Hunter's Fury and the Rolling Thunder together, holding it down with the ults. The ults they've been saving so tentatively for so many rounds. They're playing them, man. It's insane.
It's horrific to see it as well, because I think at this point now you're just sort of entering the realm of like, this is like a clubbing. This is not really a contest for the first map. Really, it's been a reset they're going to map 2 at this point, unless they can pull something miraculous back here. Maybe get a 9-3 curse, get 3 rounds in the balance. Maybe go for Ast confidence.
some serious copium right there.
Oh, stop it, Bigfoot. Millis, though, finds the first down to Fishbane. Still 125 on the clock here. That drone won't really get information, though, until it swings in here. I think we've even off the back of that. It's a great defensive hold down from Asto. Got no information given on the side here to Dyl, but San aggresses forward and finds that kill he was looking for originally from the previous round. Very nice, but now this one will go off. Japan now needs to play careful, even off the counter drone. They can't really find anything yet. That's very difficult now if you're on the side of Dyl to get really any real read here, but it will definitely revert back to the original strats here. See, they were so successful on 6 out of 6 takes completed. We'll try again.
Chapman's reminding me of a jet I watched in another tournament recently. Just one of the ballsiest jets I've seen. They were just walking around the map by themselves trying to get kills, but to be doing it with a killjoy is just insane.
I think as well the Sentinels and the update as well become a lot more aggressive and definitely tank players in a way. Very, very consistent, but definitely anchors and definitely in charge of a lot of score lines you see here at 9-0. It's ridiculous going into Haven, and even there, and it adds to the map because there's just so much to think about when you're playing this.
Come on, Hazer. Easy clutch.
Oh, it's okay. 10-0 now. As we extend it here, it's double digits here. Not a round on the board yet for the side of Asto, but very much a slaughtering here on the side of Dyl. And it just reflects as well because everyone on the side is going positive and they are just having a great time.
Yeah, they did. I mean, there's really not a lot they can do. They can hope to pull this back in the next map, I guess. And I don't expect to see an upset when they switch over to the attacking side, but you know, they might just be pinned against a wall in this one map, taken by surprise by just how well disciplined Dyl are, and maybe they can do something on the next map, and I look forward to it. I hope they can.
Indeed they will. It will be definitely another balls to the wall play here, but Flat goes out and Fishbane can't hit anything and gets traded out again by W3. Now Clader just about got away with his life here. After it will go out, and even so far forward, he will snap straight onto Haker. Oh my goodness, this is so fast, so uncalculated, but it works. Clader, a beautiful free K, breaks forward, and C is left open. Miller's catches AKX lacking in the middle, and that's 4 in a round for Clay. A flawless for the attackers.
Insane, mate. Every little chance that Asto have just gets ripped out of their grip, and Dyl just tear them apart.
They just have nothing. I think it's tough to watch. This is probably the first time I think I ever potentially could see a 13-0. Man, I'd say that with full jinx. I mean, they hopefully Asto gets something good in the books here, because right now Dyl are just looking that a little bit better. And I say it time and time again.
I mean, Clay's finally overtaken Chapman as the top fragger. I really thought Chapman was going to keep going there.
Okay, now it's going to be a lot
Fury on the defensive side. First thing to pull out the bag into mid. It's an interesting technique. It's that aggression we were hoping to see, but it's not paid off, unfortunately. And Dyl still have 5 players standing. 4, as I'm talking. Fishbane does get 1, but it's just not enough, maybe.
Another cosmic divide, though. This time we've split right through the site here. W3 is to hold through Arch as fast as he can. Play. Trades out again for Fishbane. Now 1 player left. Go down to Heiser, but 12-0. I mean, what looked to be a very tough contest, it's just sort of whittling away at defeat.
Not even a double digit on the side for Asto, unfortunately. Their double digits are only in the defs, and the single digits for Dyl are in the defs as well, man. It's such a contrast between these teams. Is there a leaderboard? Like, where are Dyl standing in the grand scheme of things right now? Like, points wise?
This is a double elimination bracket. So, this is for winners finals. This is for top 3 confirmed, and then after that you're into grand finals, and that's where you're talking the money. These teams are playing for €500 in the prize pool, brought to us kindly by Lions Crew versus Gaming and Nutanix. Needs to be a again, there's a lot of pressure on this map, even in particular just to play, but even after that you got probably one of the tougher games going to winners finals because of the other end of the bracket with VSC Gaming involved. But into this one, Clado again playing a similar spot here, but look at this stack here. It's just so far forward. Millistow finds a clear 2. Sand there will get Constellation headshot through the wall. And Elliot trying again. Clay keeping things so tough here in the middle. Will be a 3v2.
You know, they thought if they just five-man rushed A, they'd pull something out the bag, but it just, again, Dilo, just so well put together. Managed to pick them apart and end up with the advantage as well.
Advantage again is just about good enough here as Elliot gets another onto Hent and 2v2 now. 60 seconds left, but even there, Clay's still finding them. He's still finding them even mid-map. Thought we'll go out, but is it enough? No, it's not. And Bigfoot, that there is the challenge. Welcoming our first 13-0 of the tournament.
That was a challenge and a half last time. GG's. I mean, G's in J-E-E-Z as well, man. That was crazy.
It was interesting to say. It was so interesting to say because we can't really say much other than they got stomped 13-0 in the first map. And there's still another one to go. Again, here we're really looking at an ascent for map 2, and hopefully a strong adjustment here for Asher. It'll be their pick coming up next, but we're going to for a quick to a very comfortable commercial break, and we'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere for map 2 ascent coming up next.
IT teams are managing a mix of on-premises and public clouds so that organizations can quickly scale in demanding situations. But managing apps and data in cloud silos is inefficient and can lead to cost overruns. That's why Nutanix and Microsoft have come together to provide a joint hybrid cloud solution for organizations looking to simplify their hybrid cloud operations, bringing freedom of choice while utilizing their existing investments on Azure. Customers will be in Nutanix clusters on Azure and seamlessly connect their on-prem environment with public clouds. Nutanix Clusters delivers native networking integration with Azure so that you can migrate workloads in a few clicks and without any change to the application. A true hybrid cloud experience.
Together, Nutanix and Microsoft are really enabling simplicity of hybrid and really the choice of managing these hybrid workloads in a very flexible way that enables you to reuse your existing investments and resources and really accelerate your progress.
Run better, run faster, run anywhere with Nutanix and Microsoft Azure.
In our line of work, the tools of the trade make all the difference. You need to be able to move swiftly and with precision. Make every shot count. Every sound needs to be heard. Know where your enemies are before they find you. A team with no communication is a dead team. They need to hear you loud and clear. And durability is key. You need to know your gear will be reliable when it really matters. As professionals, we expect nothing less than the best.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the challenge brought to you by Lions Creed versus Gaming and the wonderful Nutanix. Bigfoot, thoughts instantly after that last map. It was a pretty close contest, don't you think?
Yeah, it was really close. You know, there was just one round in it.
Well, it's OT 6 times.
It was ridiculous. It was nearly the fastest match I ever saw, but actually Dilo were just so methodical with their execution that it was, even though it was a 13-0, it actually took a while to happen because they were very patient when they were on the attacking side, and that was what paid off. You know, I've seen a 13-0 that was a lot faster, but it was just a huge elo difference, you know, and it was like one team just like rushing on the site and getting away with every time. But what Dilo did,
these two guys trying to speed run here.
Yeah, they were patient, man. I mean, it wasn't too fast. I'm not saying, man. They were just so patient. I think that's probably the most discipline I've seen in a Valorant match ever. I think that really is like, it's just so patient. I mean, they just absolutely stomped them, tore them apart, but slowly and painfully.
Well, on lighter side here, heading into the map selection again, here we are going to be seeing Ascent for map 2. And thoughts again, Bigfoot, instantly, because this map is the Valorant man's map, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, beautiful map. I love it. I'm hoping to see a little bit of a difference in comp this time, but we might see a mirror comp again. It's quite likely we just see like Omen, Kale, Sova, Jet, Sage maybe, or something like that maybe.
I've seen a lot of killjoys being lurked on this map quite a fair bit recently. I mean, the recent meta as well, we're seeing Harbor Viper controllers being paired up quite a lot. Completely after the chamber nerf that was months ago. I mean, there's sort of been mixed rounds, but even when we're talking about Ascent here, it has been impacted because you can't, run a chamber here and expect free picks. Jets are going to be so common, like you said. Maybe you might see a Sage. It depends on how much they want to aggress forward and rely heavily on the heals.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, you're correct. You're correct by putting Killjoy at the bag. The go-to sentinel for Ascent is Killjoy, not Sage. So yeah, looking forward to seeing a little bit of a difference, hopefully, though, because that reverse comp, it's quite funny when they were pushing. It was like Breach flashing through either side of the box. There was like a flash on one side and a flash on the other. I've also been interested to see if Japan, who like basically played Killjoy like a lurking duelist the last round, which is something I've never really seen. See what they pull out the bag this time. No, it's going to be Killjoy again. Yep.
And it's pretty clear to me as well. Almost a quick lock there. I mean, they're sort of toying around with the Astra again after the last one. Hey, couldn't really get much done with it though last time. Fishbane now going for a Sova is a very interesting pick as well. But looking at the side of Dyl, great comp here. You've got the Omen coming out, you've got the Jet coming out, and you're seeing some great initiators here in the Breach and Zev, which can work great in tandem.
Yeah, Fishbane switching away from the Breach over to the Sova. Elliot switching over from the Sova to the Kaio. Axe sticking on the Jet. Sand switching from KJ to Fade. And yeah, not an exact comp. It's good to see Omen versus Astra as well. Slightly different style of smokes. Of course, you've got those gravity wells and stuns, just mixing it up a little bit. But I do love it now. Omen's my favourite character in this game. Just some of the funniest stuff you can do with him.
There's a lot to work with as well, especially when it comes to Ascent. It really is one of the best maps in the game. Very much everyone's favourite. The Valorant's map, you know what I mean? And this comp here is pretty special as well. I mean, the Omen, again, we saw previously in the Null with a lot of plays being made on Omen itself, and it just works well. But the greatest counter to that, again, here, you're going to have to mention the Fade. The KO2 is quite an interesting pick. I mean, listen, it was very meta previously alongside the Chamber, but it was still all around a great agent, not so much like as much as I've seen recently.
If you haven't had a chance to see the Newell finals in winter, which we were casting, there was an Omen TP ace, man. He feed into the attacker side spawn, and they were all in B lobby.
Oh, yeah.
And he clicked six bullets with 5 kills, ace, man. Is one of the
and that guy's
beautiful things I've ever seen
in this game right now. Shout out Embassy. Anyway, it's gonna be interesting now. We can definitely mid push here again here. Interesting to see now, because we are watching the majority of a flip around here. Going to be attacking. Defense switched around for Dyl and Asto, but right away Asto getting aggressive here through mid.
Yeah, Asto going to really hope to try and get something out of the bag, make up for what happened last round, but 3 of them just walk into Japan again. Japan has been the bane of their life, and even in this new map, it's still happening, man. What is this player?
It's good enough though. Clay finds San again, and we're watching what looks to be very similar to the previous map. I mean, Asto trying again there to get something done, and looking at it as it is, Aftershot will come through, and Asto is blocked in the corner here. Haster can't do much, but with the right click, does find some shots down, gets one on Meeless. Clay there on almost a fraction of health there, will try and run through, but look at the Calamity here. It's a huge free
go on, one more. Yes, go on,
impressive. It's so impressive to watch again. You just saw play the util round. It was kind of a fumble from Dyl if they wanted to get anything out of that, but almost 3 isolated fights. Japan there clears it up. And what looked to be a very shaky first round in the end here comes to pass as Dyl get one on the board.
They looked a little bit too hungry there, rushing through mid with that attitude. It didn't really pay off, and they just walked into Japan's crosshair, and maybe could have done with just taking it a little bit slower. And they might have got a little bit more off the back of that, because clearly Hazer had a lot to do in that round. And if they just managed to play that mid a little bit more slowly, they might have actually got it. So unfortunately, it's going to be Dyl first round on the board again. And that's really not how Asto wanted to start this map.
Very soft here, that will go out. Just about catches the fade, but no one home yet. The Hawk gets a short in return, so B is going to be contested early. Smoke will go out and go again. Great from Yeoman. Isolates almost very suboptimal. Yeah, definitely wise push. Japanese can hold down as well with the util and a turret down at top, but both players now just sort of feeling out the angles. Don't want to get too much commitment on the peaks, but Milas again here holding through mid. Has got a parameter to play with though, and we'll throw it out, but even with that, Silver Dart will go through for the side of Asto.
Close the door and push through it, I think.
Yeah. And they do. After
Could be a bit of a surprise. It will be a good shot, yeah.
It's good enough. Milas there finds one. And can only just about Bigfoot get enough here for the second. But look at this, really, this very good rat angle. Definitely invited more pressure, but the smoke might just deter a little bit here. But look at W3. Spots pressure instantly in mid and gets a clear headshot.
Oh. Are Asta going to be able to get one? Ah, yep, they do get one. Fishbane gets Clay with the shorty.
That's good enough. Look, 4v2 right now, 30 seconds left to play here. But Spike has not left spawn as well, to note as well on the minimap. Could be interesting if the attackers can get through here, but I really think they've got a foot race here to get something done. 21 seconds left. San there gets a good kill onto Milas. The aftershot comes in again for another stun. Okay, that really kind of slows him down in mid here, but 14 seconds left here. Spike has not left spawn. It's getting very hairy now for the side of Asto.
Oof. Waxy pulls through on 4 HP. Nearly falls, but they're not
4
quite.
4 HP in a dream, don't you think, Bigfoot?
Yeah. Well, it's just hiding it out, saving that Spectre. It's going to be worth it. So here is Asto's first chance to start putting this back in these first 3 rounds. Since that aggressive rush through mid didn't pay off, this is their chance to maybe slow it down a little bit. I don't know if speed is going to work out for them again. I mean, it might with the gun advantage, but I just think with the difference in playstyles so far, possibly difference in ranks as well, it's probably best for Asto to take this a little bit slow.
Okay, one-way smoke there again goes off on A. But looking at the majority of this here, Asto do want to commit heavily. It's going to be down to Clay, be the first line of defense here, even through that, but Milas is going to throw almost a re-smoke, but even there again, Hayes picks up the star. But in all of that, Fishbane now holding that mid, catches Japan on the run. And now at this point here again, you still have to hold the angle because you can't give it mid completely, because look at this right here, W3 pushing again with a Bulldog finds a clear shot, and now with 1 minute 7 on the clock here, it's 44.
Yeah, Wexy outshoots him with the Bulldog, unfortunately. Good shots. This third one-way smoke on the A side. They're going to be pushed around now to the B, but the drone isn't going to catch them. No info for Wexy, so they might be able to sneak up on him.
Prowler goes out there, they'll be home. Still a lot of Killjoy setup. Util being, well, disabled here almost because of the death. Originally held on that site comfortably, but the eye goes out, and AK is slept with the Cloud Dash right now. Opts to go here inside of Cubby, and then W3 gets killed in all that process. Now Dart will go out again here. AK is so pushed up, can't really move anything out of his way because of the pressure, but look at W3 there again, clearing up comfortably, getting another pick on the board. Hayser spraying gets the comfortable one, and that's just almost its trade out here, but still a full flash will come in. Hent has the angle, finds the headshot. 13 seconds left here. It's all down to the KO, but one angle is good enough to hold. Spray goes out. Milas there, only tagged up with about 30 HP. Re-smoke on offer. And at this point, they can get in front of Molly and run away here. Maybe force to save him, but Milas wants to kill.
Oh, no way. Milas is so hungry and won't get it. Elliot does get one kill. Jet. With the updraft and Phantom spray, man.
Oh my god.
Hoping the RNG just rolls right and they get a random headshot from the sky, but did actually land one body shot, I think. I saw a little bit of chip go through.
It's definitely an interesting read as well, because let's just be really, like, honest here. Let's be really pragmatic with this. They have won now concurrently 16 rounds. They have not seen a single round go to the side of Asto yet. I mean, logistically, you have to, you know, admire the impressive ability of the side here of Dilo, but in all of that, K-Dog gets free suppressed. Again, he can throw around at least a molly here, but looking at the setup right now, the spread comes in and Hent with a beautiful flick. Just playing so careful now, and even if that recon dart in the aftershock will just halt the push slowly of Asto.
Yeah, of course. Dilo now holding an arsenal of weapons is just going to make things even tougher than it already was. Ooh, trades come through though, and now it is just one enemy remaining. Milas, excellent kill there. Fishbane on half health, instantly shot down, headshot from Milas, and it's definitely a stomping, mate.
17 rounds in a row, Bigfoot.
know,
17 rounds in a row. Have you seen this before?
Stomping. No, mate, I ain't seen. I mean, I've seen
The
30.
winners semi-final.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, to be honest, like if this is the where the bar is in this competition, you know, big respect to Ast for getting this far, but this is clearly where as far as they're about to get, I think.
I mean, on paper, there are 4 top teams to contest for this title. Asto have actually overachieved in their under bracket. I mean, T6 is still a viable placement here, but it's too early to call just yet. As the dart goes out in the Prowler, location will reveal the entirety of Asto on this push. Now, AKX there with first blood. Draws it straight away. So the drone will go out again here, but Japan knows the amount of pressure he's got to deal with here. 2 great smokes here from AK. Taking care of the entirety of market, but is it late? Is it deep enough? It just might be. As Japan's turret there takes care of San. Hent finds another headshot, and Clay with the op in the end through mid. It is almost another collapse, and it's almost kind of calamitous in a way. Fishbane now just talking with the Odin. Even might spray for the smoke here.
You know, there's not much more embarrassing or annoying than being taken down by like the chip damage a turret deals. It's just
it's so annoying,
so frustrating, mate. And when your morale's already dropping, and that's how your lives are dropping, it's definitely defeating.
Haceler finds another one. Of course, has an ult available, but so does Japan. In all of that, though, will be caught on the reload. Fish there finds a clear shot, and now we're seeing even 2v2. So the dart will go out again here. Won't really catch any information because the Omen and the Jet are so far spread out here on Dilo. Millis can just play around with angles and gets a headshot, and that is important as well. The spark has gone down, Paranoia's gone through, but Fishbane with one click takes care of Milas. Takes care of Milas in the flash here.
What?
And it's going to be so difficult right now. 1v1 here, Fishbane though, against Clay. Has a Hunter's Fury available as well, Bigfoot. Only 13 seconds left.
Clay's dropped the op. There's, you know, definitely. This is what I mean about their discipline, man. Dilo's discipline. Like any other flexing player, like an arrogant player, might just push with the op, but Clay's just doing what has to be done and putting it down, switching out of the Vandal. Better chance of the victory, even though they've got all the confidence in the world. Still playing it right. Come on, Fishbane. Can you get this? Yes!
There we go. 17-1 ends the undefeated run there of Delio, but still very much to be around. You're going to head scratch a little bit here if you're on the side of Delio, because they had in the bag there. It was another man advantage, but they just played too many fast trades at once, and they were just outpositioned by the pure pressure on the side of Asto that round.
So what do you reckon? Do you reckon this is going to keep going?
Gonna be difficult. I mean, listen, the economy, despite all that, Asto did a lot of force buys in the majority of those last 5 rounds. I mean, the majority here from Japan and Milas. I mean, look, the economy's still pretty spread here. Let's say they theoretically lose again here. They can have 3-4 get into the round and buy again, but that is the absolute last chance here. One way smoke goes down again. Here, but the K Dark catches 3 off of the Areed. Now, 1 minute 32 left on the clock here. Spike still being toyed around with A here, but it's a heavy commit from the side of Asto. They want to get in straight away. They want to get straight away into the majority of this A site, and now they're starting to send lurkers around through mid.
Yeah, I think they revealed 3 with the sober darts. Then as soon as those 3 were revealed, they started pushing off the back. But those 3 players have dispersed. One of them's down, but Milas has dispersed through a tree. So this reverse attack might not pay off. Milas gets 1. Axe with the knives though does trade off.
Defense positioning here as well, and the stars are good from the side here of Asto. Just completely cancelling out, you know, window in heaven if need be. But Hent has just played this isolation so well. Aftershock will go out, and look at Asto still toying around with the knives here. Might have a very viable position going into the majority of this, but no, Japan catches 2, and Hacer again forced another one to eliminate what was a man advantage down to a 2v2. The drone will go out, but straight into the Astra. Hacer, another option, but to force himself off of the angle originally. Hento again trades out. Let's sand out the picture. Your fade's gone. Now, Hacer, a 1v2 situation here. Has what starts to play with. There's a great smoke as well into heaven. But look at the swing. I don't think there's any info read as well. They literally pass each other.
Way.
As
what is
soon
that?
as Hen
What is
the
that?
smoke, Hacer runs through, and now 15 seconds left here. Could play for a great lineup. Could play for a wonderful lineup, but doesn't connect in the end. W3 with the trade at hand makes it 5-1. Another hair-raising round.
That was insane. The timing of Hacer walking through that smoke. They just passed each other by like ships in the night, man. And they just... Hacer could have ran at the spike and tried to plant it, but that would have just been, you know, there would have been no time left and they would have got double pushed. They would have been taken down. So definitely worth the shot of getting that double kill, but the spray unfortunately wasn't enough. Hacer only getting 1, being taken down, but nice tries and crazy timing.
It's good enough. It's definitely good enough as well. If you're on the side here of Dyl, but Asto got around the board there and made the second round after that very, very close indeed. Prowler goes out straight away, but the bulk is enough for W3. I'm not really sure the util being spammed here on the side of Asto is a great idea. You are throwing yourselves away at a lot of opportunities here for crucial head-to-head gunfights. The team flash comes in, KO lock in. Well, the KO doesn't get anything there. The turret now, of course, is chipping away, and Japan can just spray through the door.
It was a good attempt at a C's KO grenade combo as well, but didn't quite pay off. They didn't quite land in the same spot or on the same player in the right place, but it's a good attempt. Axia now on site, but Japin gonna finish off San, and now Axe is just sitting on site alone, Spectre in hand. What can they do?
They can't do a lot. Japin there trades out Asto's wonderful kill. Make it 6-1, and even heading into this as well, the Killjoy ult again is up for grabs, so Japan has played that pretty well. But looking at the majority here, it's still even Stevens. I mean, you got the Hunter's Fury, you got the KO Council, you got the Mega Horn, and you got plenty to play with here. It's only Meatless on the side here of Dyl that can realistically, you know, play with 2 orbs here in this round.
Yeah, and what we've seen from Dyl so far, the way they run their ultimates is they only use them when they're like crucially needed. They can hold on to them for like 3-4 rounds until it's really vital, and such efficient use. You know, like some people think you need to use your ult straight away, you can get them back on the board, but there's no point in doing that if you're not using them at the right time. So definitely some further excellent displays of discipline from Dyl.
Now again, Asto just playing lots of sprays through mid here. Smokes go down, Millis there again, just playing so on the anchor through mid. And listen, that Aftershock will go out again. Doesn't really connect anything home, no. Elliot now can ideally try and force a fire here. The molly out earlier was interesting to say the least. Maybe trying to cancel a player that might be lurking through the deep. But knowing the way that Dyl have played this majority, they've really aggressed forward further than their original spawn point. Now Milas keeps it checked here. Fade Lear will go out and nothing catch. But look at this! A Calamitous 3K.
Oh my days. Hey, Hens gets 2 though.
It's good. So Asto again, just off the back of that, can play with it. But now Japanese just has a 4-swing out the smoke, and that's a round. 6-2. What looked to be close was just an instant 5 kill feed there for either side. I really think that Asto might find more success here playing these specific setups. You can definitely highlight that, you know, they found more success out of the quick trades and playing for late 2v2s, 1v1s. But it really is when, you know, you're seeing Dyl catch momentum early that they find, you know, their rhythm and just see these dire score lines.
Yeah, I mean, when they can manage to catch Dyl by surprise, they do actually get quite a lot. So when they can not give the information away and get in there fast, it works out really well for them. But the Silver Darts from both sides are getting so much information. As I say that one gets no information, but previously...
Previously on this episode of Comeback.
Silver Darts have been doing a lot in this game, and there's Lombot giving some information away. The Lear Prowler and the turret and the drone comes out.
Now, of course, again, Rolling Thunder goes clear, catches mid off guard. Japan, though, finds a clear one onto Elliot. Fishpain again trades it out, trades it on the feed. Shock Darts will go through, nobody home, but W3 and Japan can play with a lot here. Drone will go out here, but Fishpain shoots and opts to revert back. Astra again picking up the trades if need be, but Spike is still lurking mid here, Bigfoot.
Yeah, there was another attempt at making this fast mid push, but they just, again, like I said, if they can catch them by surprise, it'll work, but the util was too much. The util gave their location away, the alarm bot gave their location away, the Rolling Thunder came out through mid, which you don't see too often. Haste getting a headshot on the Wexy, that is good. Haste has been doing a lot. Like, Haste is really holding this game down for Asto.
It's good enough. But is it good enough to get the bomb down? Now, Japan playing through here. Haste has opted to go into the Astral World, but even off that, Japan just playing the angle. Great discipline, finds the kill. Fishpain now left on a 1v3. 12 seconds left. We'll get rid of the turret, but Spark's still in hand. I think at this point now you're seeing the entirety of Dyl collapse onto the site. Fishpain can only get the plant down as fast as he can think. And off the recon, looks away at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Japan just catches it. I mean, that's beautiful to see.
It's so hard in Valorant, man, when you want to use your util to help you, but using your util doesn't always help you because you haven't got your gun in your hand, and it's so hard to know when to keep the gun in the hand and when to send that util, because had Japan just been like 2 seconds later, then that util would have been absolutely clutch. but because Japan was right there, it was actually, you know, it steals that time from you putting the bow out. It's so hard to know what to do, man.
Completely isolates the original play as well. It completely just moves it out the back of your mind. It would have been a great, great play and a great execution, but as soon as it leaves, not really forced with many options here. Forcing the fights early, it hasn't been successful now for the side of Asto. As we're seeing here again, the buys are reflecting the flow of this game. As we're just seeing again here, a great split of Vandals and Phantoms onto Delio, but now we're seeing an eco round here for the side of Asto. Shock will go down though. Play again here, playing with only the peak after that information was given. But look at this heavy B here. Japan aggresses forward, knows that there's something going on. Definitely the amount of pressure that can be greeted here. Prowler goes out again in through the door, finds nobody home. Ida will go out again, trying to recon, but I think nobody connects it again. Nano Swarm goes through clear. And this is great as well for the side of Dealer. Just playing with the Nano Swarm and the drone. Only keeps Astra at bay here inside a gate. And now minute 5 into the round, they just can't seem to get the push they're looking for right now.
Very tricky. I mean, they're doing. I mean, the average for this map is 8-4. So this is like a defender side maps. The average score in like high level games is 8-4.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
7-2 so far. You know, they might be able to bring it to 8-4. Then when they're defending, this could be their chance to take it to the final map. It's definitely possible for Asta to pull it out of the bag.
Okay, Japan there, taking out Alex in the end of all those trades, but 5v1. San on his lonesome has got lots to play with here, but it's going to be difficult to exactly predict what's going to happen next, especially if we're playing corner with a Stinger. But Defender's got another round the board. 8-2 is what we're leading now for the side of Delio. And after that eco round, we're going to be seeing a lot more credits for the bank accounts of Asto.
Yeah, so they are going to be able to get a full buy here, hopefully. Actually, well, as I say, that half shield for Elliot and half shield for Axe, but it is better than nothing for sure. This is their chance to start getting the last 2 on the board, bringing it up to that average scoreline, but Dilo are a slightly above average team, so the average scoreline might be hard to hit.
Definitely hard to hit, but even better to read. Flash will go again here on sort of long, but in order to cancel that, you need to make sure your team are pushing at the same time. Clay and W3 find a lot with the Hunter's Fury, but it's just, is it enough? I don't think so. There's 3 lives thrown there outside of the link. The push was a great one, but the Smokers want to play with here. Millers now can just teleport in. Fishbane, no, here's the read, gets it done. And the recon is enough to read on, and W3 can just swing here, but only in the end, Haste will find a trade. Now 1v2. Again, all of that, 30 seconds gone by, and that's 9 players down.
Haste might be able to do this, you know. Haste has had some really nice shots this game so far, and you know, sitting there on as soon as these 3 stars recharge, that's 4 stars full util and Astral Divide. With a big brain play, it's definitely possible, or at least with some really good shots. And just see, big brain check, making sure Wine's clear, but definitely unaware of the Japan flank, and this might be where it all falls apart for Haser.
Japan playing slow of hand.
Both of them even. It's a double flank. This is not fair. Oh my god. Talking of big brain plays, it's unfortunately not going to be Haster with the big brain. It's going to be Dilo with a double flank.
And it's just brutal at this point as well. Now, want to see Delio at least extend it now. They can play for 10 to this round before the half. And at this point now, the last one, we're seeing some great buys here. Clay toying with the AWP purchase. Will be on the cards here, but I think instead we're going to see lots of rifles being used here. Only Guardian from Fishbane to potentially cancel out, and that's good. That's a good pick of weaponry as well. Definitely slow down the lanes that they're definitely losing, but we've got Clay with the off mid. It's just going to be a recipe for greatness.
Hayes is doing so well. They're on the same scoreline as anyone else in Dilo. Everyone in Dilo's on 9 or less, and so Hayes is on 9. It's just I think it was Clay that was sitting on 18, so really holding it together. Was it Yappin? Can we get a quick tab, please?
Let's see. Let's see exactly what we're dealing with.
So we'll get it at the start of the next round. Double check what I was saying.
Yeah, that's alright. Don't worry. I think this one though, it's going to be another hit here. One way spot comes in, so is the Prowler. But at this point, the Prowler's being thrown out early. Only greet with bullets. Recon as well has tagged up Haster in the back, and the shock dart will go through. Now we're seeing the aggression come in here from the side of Asto. But off the back of that, a lot of players here from the side of Dilo marked. But Clay of the Op finally finds the angle he's looking for, gets a click and the kill onto Haster. Fishbane going swing forward. Has a Hunter's Fuse 2 in the pocket to keep in mind, but after redart, Elliot will just about slip away. Japan there can't be tagged up so easy, but they know at this point now that something needs to be done. Japan though, off the taps, get Elliot out of the picture here. San, got to play with a big ult to try and take on to the fight. Gets onto site now comfortably, but no bomb yet to be there. Gonna be last player up to ends are on, but now the repositions come on in. We're seeing Heaven being taken, Gate being taken. These are some great lineups and some great headshots on offer here. Fishbane, though, does get the spike down in that time. But is it enough? In vain.
Oh, Clay taking down Fishbane. Milas with a long run, teleported over to Boathouse and running over to Heaven. Doesn't have to do anything, though, as the rest of the team holds it down. Clay with the free K finishing off San, and it's all over. And it will be 10-2. So 2 points away from the map average. But like I said, Dyl is above average team.
It's really average, 8-4 to be fair. But you know what, off this, I think Ascent really has been, played so much, like, it's almost biblical to kind of talk about, based on, the amount of hours that every player in Valorant has spent playing this in any situation. So, there's a lot of stats to pull out thin air, but that seems very realistic in my eyes.
And it wasn't Clay, so I was trying to ramble on about the score lines. I did get it mixed up, just assuming Clay would be the top of the board for being Jet, but it's Yapping again with 19 kills now.
That is consistency.
This player
that is
insane.
sheer consistency.
And with no
well.
utility to blind, or anything like that. Just it's mostly been gunplay. I mean, the turret got one, and the swarm grenades have got a little bit of chip damage in, but like most of Japan's humongous amount of kills tonight have all been gunplay. Really nice to see.
Okay, now we're seeing a much more staggered around here. We see attacking side here being Delio, and we're going to be seeing Ast on defense. But Clay now has aggressed so far forward and will go for what looks to be a kill, but has to dash out of the way instead. And in return for that, Elliot finds the first. Japan trades it out again with the Sheriff. And off the 1-2-1, we're seeing a man advantage, or now and even Stevens here for both sides. Clay have the last of Sam. And that Spike, they can't really call anything here. What really is the general call now if you're on the side of Delio? Because you have forced 3-3s, Spike's down in mid, and AKX is holding such a great angle here. They just know that one more is playing around it.
Yeah, Milas doesn't have a shrouded step, because if I was in that situation, I would just get the hell out of there. But unfortunately, just sitting on one smoke. Gonna walk into this smoke. Oh, and does get away with it. Axe almost gets the kill. Actually, doesn't even almost get the kill. Gets Milas down to 70 and 7. Milas just sits on top with a ghost and gets that kill. Now, Fishbane's got to pull something out the bag now. It's often down to one player for Asto to do something special, and we've seen it almost happen so many times, but unfortunately not. Fishbane is about to get double peaked from hell as well. They're going to push onto site and get swung from either side. Oh no, yeah, well I was going to say either side, but now Milas is over on the side of Axe. I'm sorry, not Axe. Clay. Mixing up my jets here. Let's see what happens.
Fishbane here again. They can play around with the recon dart, but both players here are stacked in hell. It's just such a simple setup, but it works so well. As Clay there takes the head off Fishbane and now gets us to only 2 points within series point.
And Midas didn't have to do anything. Midas was ready there with, I think, smoke, but completely not even needed. Clay's swing comes out on top. Fishbane goes down. And they've got to now get 10 rounds in a row just to take it to overtime, and out of 26 rounds they've got 2, so it's not looking likely. It really is looking like Dyl are going to steamroll their way through to the next elimination. Is it the finals now if Dyl get through?
Winners finals.
Winners finals. Good on them.
That'd be grand. Yeah,
they deserve it. I'm going to watch that whether I'm casting it or not. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah, in spite of all of that, the Stingers are going to run through forward, but looking at the trades going out here, we're seeing a 2 difference here. The judges, the Spectres, the Stingers, both teams just go straight into a mosh pit, a fist fight at the front, and that's up to 1v1 here. But Clay has got a free sight of a spike, and you're going to be 1v1ing here against one of the more intelligent players here, Haser, who has been very consistent with the Astra.
Midas is a man after my own heart. Second round judge, I love it.
Hater, he's playing shifts here, but 20 HP is not really ideal in the situation. Has a star available though. Could maybe play something interesting, but has to have the information on where Clay is. Both are just playing opposites right now. They want to play for the other angles, but Clay at this point, he has one more check in the locker. And Haser, with the unfair weapon right here in the Stinger, has got quite a lot of work to do here. Needs to clear backside too.
There's not much time to do this clearing. It's going to have to defuse straight away once the clear's done. And here Clay comes with the Spectre.
Abosh.
Bang. Sorry, it's not really a bang with the Spectre, it's more like a...
It's more like a... Hey, don't be hearing that on broadcast ever again, as now we're going to be seeing 1 point separating Delio from taking their slot into the winners finals. Asto have got a romance club here. Might be the comeback of the century. Definitely one for TikTok if it is coming through.
Oh no, mate, you won't fit that in a TikTok. I think the time limit to TikToks are going to be short and sweet. There's going to be a long road of perdition if they actually do manage to bring it back. It's going to be 20 minutes, half an hour.
Oh no,
it's a lot.
Straight away, you just see the mid pressure coming in here from Dealer. They want to get at least some pressure through, even with the open smoke here. It's good enough to keep Haster at bay, but Stars will come in as well. No one to the front. Clay, though, again, playing a similar strat to the first round of their attacking side. Wants to get through into back spawn and take at least a ledge, I assume, but Elliot here is holding the sheriff here relatively well, but even off that Astral Star, what was meant to benefit, can't give any information over to Elliot as to how many people from Delio are going to force front themselves here onto A, potentially. But still, Haser, playing the same angle, does find a clear one onto Millis with the judge now.
Ooh, Haser.
You've got two more players to answer to here. Going to be solely down to an updraft to try and get through some pressure, but Japan gets a headshot through alongside W3. Now, in what looks to be a 4v3 here, Elliot is going to take a position up here onto Heaven. A majority of Asto are going to swing through the mid-map to try and retake what looks to be a very heavy stack
shot.
here.
Very close, nearly taking down Henders.
It's good enough, though. Sam the judge, though. Peekaboo. Hello.
Yeah,
That was quite impressive.
Yes, go on, Sam.
And W3 closes it out there for a very comfortable 2-0 on the side of Dillion Nosoyok.
Good luck, mate.
Punching their way into the winners finals. I'm going to be the first team there to reach T3 in the tournament, and what more can we say other than a 26-2 performance across 2 maps, averaging 13-1. It's pretty good as well on what looks to be a very much a dark horse coming into the challenge.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, and definitely Japan MVP of this series, and I'd love to see what Japan can do on other agents. I'm going to keep an eye on this player, because so far the kills and the killjoy have just been so amazing.
They're good enough, but I really think at this point now there is not much more to add, because again we're seeing what looks to be Delio advanced away into winners finals, and it'll be down to the other bracket as well in winners to see who meets them there. But other than this, anything else to say, Bigfoot?
No, man, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having us, and that was really interesting. Look forward to the next round where things might be a little bit more even. But just want to say big shout out for Asto for making it this far. If that's the level of this competition, to get this far, they've really have achieved a lot. So they might have been stomped to bits in this particular series, but to get this far is definitely an achievement. Very high level tournament. So obviously, hats off to Dilo for the stomping, but big shout out to Asto for making it to the stomping themselves.
Well, at the end of all that, we're going to leave it there. Of course, Bigfoot and Connie here going to sign up for the last time, but thanking our sponsors one more time, Lions Creed vs Gaming and Nutanix. We'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the challenge tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.
See you later.
IT teams are managing a mix of on-premises and public clouds so that organizations can quickly scale in demanding situations. But managing apps and data in cloud silos is inefficient and can lead to cost overruns. That's why Nutanix and Microsoft have come together to provide a joint hybrid cloud solution for organizations looking to simplify their hybrid cloud operations, bringing freedom of choice while utilizing their existing investments on Azure. Customers will manage clusters on Azure and seamlessly connect their on-prem environment with public clouds. Nutanix Clusters delivers native networking integration with Azure so that you can migrate workloads in a few clicks and without any change to the application. A true hybrid cloud experience.
Together, Nutanix and Microsoft are really enabling simplicity of hybrid and really the choice of managing these hybrid workloads in a very flexible way that enables you to reuse your existing investments and resources and really accelerate your progress.
Run better, run faster, run anywhere with Nutanix and Microsoft Azure.
In our line of work, the tools of the trade make all the difference. You need to be able to move swiftly and with precision. Make every shot count. Every sound needs to be heard. Know where your enemies are before they find you. A team with no communication is a dead team. They need to hear you loud and clear. And durability is key. You need to know your gear will be reliable when it really matters. As professionals, we expect nothing less than the best.
I don't know what you've been told, but I'd be insane not to play my role. Yeah, I know I can break a fall, the stakes are low. If I could say one thing, just know that I got a hand that I can lend you. And it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here when there. Those who played it in one will five is bad. Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you. And it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here when there. Those who played it in one will five is bad. Oh, you think you tough? I think that's unlikely. You can keep on looking, but can't find nobody like me. Eldorado pushing, why I'm pressing in a white tee. You know I love you, I need someone who can guide me. I can't do no little bag. I need 3 mil. Facts coming in both directions and like a be real. I've been eating good, to be lucky to get 3 mil. First place, run it up, care about what you feel. I have you, give you everything, anything. I have you, you're my everything and everything. Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you. And it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here when there. Those who played it in one will five is bad. Just know that I got a hand that I can lend you. And it don't matter when, no, I'll protect you. Call on me, I'm here when there. Those who played it in one will five is bad.
Visions in my head of this, you don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, high as I can get. But nothing feels like how it feels to know these things I don't know yet. The weight of everything, and everything's a threat. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams of finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and everywhere we go will lead to an open door. days, the good and bad days, but nothing really breaks if I got you. Look at the sky when you go outside, and know there is nothing to keep me back.